Hello, everyone. Um, it's been a few days now since my father passed away. It's been a rough go. Um, Doing better now, a lot better. Family and friends have been amazing. And I've actually been asked by a friend to go on a quick road trip today. And initially I said no, but the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, no, I need to get out of the house. So I said yes, and he's going to be by any minute. Some of you will know Josh Alexander. We've been friends for a few years now. He's almost a neighbor of mine, doesn't live too far away. And so he needs some help picking up a table saw way out of town. It'll be good to get out of the house and just think about other things. I'll still be in contact with my family, obviously. But anyways, he wants to pick up a table saw, and ironically, it's in a town in northern Alberta called Grand Prairie, and that's where my parents met. So I think it's pretty cool. It was almost providential that this happened. And my dad was my best friend the last number of years. We talked on the phone almost every second day. And we had so much in common and just supported each other all the time. So it was a real hard hit for me when he passed away, and he was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and even the doctors were amazed at how hard he fought to survive. And I won't get into those details, but he's in a much better place now. No more pain. So that is encouraging and refreshing. Yeah, to anyone that's lost their parent or parents, it's not easy, and it's still fresh. It's only been a few days. So things are getting better. Today was better. Yesterday I went out to Dad's house and I was all right. I was by myself even, and I just had to pick something up real quick and walked around the house. I walked around outside. I was all right. So time heals. So I'm going to hit the road with Josh very soon, and looking forward to it, just making miles. I'm on the road with Josh. We're going to run to the bank, and we just left the dump. Ugh. Holy cow, we didn't record it, but there was a bit of a yelling thing going on, a one-sided war.
He saw me coming.
This old guy was yelling at some other guy for not parking between the lines in that big building. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Especially since you can't even see the lines right now because of all the muck.
Yeah, I don't know. Guy was having like a really bad day.
He would have had his... if the other guy decided, okay, I will fight you, he would have been rocked.
Oh, it would have been one hit down. Yeah, it wouldn't have got to that. The guy in the black truck was so calm and just shaking his head.
He's pretty
like,
passive. He's like, I don't get why you're blowing up.
Yeah. And, my wife and I have lived out here for 25 years, and I've been going there. Actually, I've been going there since I worked at Edmonton Beach.
Oh, yeah?
So we're talking 30 years, and I've never seen anyone get ticked off like that. That was insane.
Me neither. Not over that. They weren't even parked next to each other either.
No. Yeah.
They seemed to come out of nowhere. I wonder if that happened somewhere else, and then he was piling things on top. He's like, and you can't park. But I thought he was pretty close. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Pretty weird. Anyways, that's our entertainment kicking off this road trip. So I just remembered a funny story I haven't told Josh about yet. And I've just my family knows about it. Not that it's a big secret, but it was a funny thing that happened last summer. I was driving around in my 54 Meteor. I was just going to get some gas. It was a nice quiet evening. And I go into Spruce Grove, and I'm a cheapskate, so I'm checking gas prices. So I'm in the big superstore parking lot, and I didn't like their gas price. So I was gonna go right through the whole parking lot. And so I'm driving along, and I could see a guy way on the far end on crutches. I thought, oh yeah, there's a guy on crutches. And then I'm like, does that guy only have one leg? You know Grand Prairie's that way, right?
Oh, I was gonna take this highway.
Which highway? No, go that way. That's
Yeah?
way faster.
Is it? Okay.
Oh my gosh. And
Okay.
I got a story about that too.
That's the only
That'll
way
be
I
good.
know. Okay.
Oh no, go trust me, it'll be 3.5 hours one way if you go this way.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good to
twin
know.
the whole way.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, I see it's a guy with one leg. Okay, whatever. So I'm making my way across the parking lot, and he flags me down and stops me. At first I just thought he's waving at me like neat car or whatever, but he wants me to stop.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You probably
I get
that
it all the
every-
time.
Yeah.
Or he wanted to talk about the car maybe. So he opens the door and he says something like, do you know where I could catch the transit bus to get to Edmonton? And I'm like, I had no idea. I've never taken a bus in decades, right? So I didn't know. I said, I have no idea. But hop in, we'll find it. So he gets in, and I am really on empty at this point on my gas tank, which my subscribers are probably laughing at right now. So I was a little on edge, but I mean, I wanted to help this guy. So he starts telling me this story, and he didn't even have a cell phone. So I pulled over, I took out my phone, and I'm looking up transit in Spruce Grove, bus stops, blah, blah, blah. And so he says something about, yeah, my wife's got the car, and her and I had a big fight, and I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever. So I figured out which bus he needed to take, and its last stop was in 15 minutes on the opposite side of town, and I knew I could get there,
Right.
because it's not a big town. So we start heading that way, and we get to where this bus stop is supposed to be, and I don't see it. He doesn't see it. It's at an intersection. We just drove by it, actually.
Okay.
It was on the northeast corner of Spruce,
Okay.
where that new Tim Hortons and stuff is.
Right. Yeah.
And so I'm driving around, and I'm checking my phone and on the mapping and all this. And we just start driving again, and I look over and I go, oh, there it is. But the only way to get to it by car would be to backtrack a long ways, taking numerous left-hand turns, which would take forever. And he had 1 minute till the bus was supposed to show up.
And he only has one leg.
And he's got one leg, and he's on crutches. And so I go, oh, okay, well, I guess you're hoofing it now. He gets out. He didn't want to get out, but I couldn't get him there in time. So he got out, and I just took off. I was so low on gas. I'm like, I gotta get to a gas station. So I made it back to the main highway in Spruce there, and I went to the Canadian Tire gas station.
Okay.
And what's interesting was, I think I saw who was his wife, because there's this woman with a shopping cart full of stuff, and not like a homeless cart, like they had bought a few things.
Okay.
And she's looking around for somebody, looking around, and I picked him up not very far from there. So I don't know, I didn't say anything to her. I just got my gas and took off. I don't know, they were kind of sketchy, right?
Like, ma'am, are you looking for the one-legged?
One-legged, I think his name was Tom. I can't remember. But
That tracks.
Yeah.
Tom, the one-legged man.
I picked up a one-legged. Actually, what he said when he first got in the car, which was actually funny, and it may not sound funny, but I laughed because it was funny. He goes, I promise I won't steal your leg. And I actually laughed. It was funny.
Because he had one leg.
Because he had one leg. And he goes, sorry, bad joke. But I said, no, that's actually funny. Anyways, that's my crazy story about the one-legged guy I picked up last summer.
Did I ever tell you about the guy who had no hands who held the door open for me at the bank?
No.
That is so weird. You know, it's common courtesy. Many people hold the door if you're close. This guy had hooks for hands.
Oh.
And he just had to use both hands. And, like, he held the door open for me. I felt like such a jerk off because there's no hands and he's holding the door for me. And I have two hands. Nice of him. I was like, thanks. And then I have the look like, I just noticed that you have no hands. You know, just like I feel like an ass now. Anyway.
I remember seeing as a kid, like normally prosthetics now, they have a hand that kind of looks like a hand. I haven't seen hooks in a long time. How long ago was that?
Like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But I remember it so vividly because I was like, you have no hands and you're holding the door open for me.
Yeah. Wow. Cool guy.
Yeah, nice of him.
Right on. Anyways, that's that. We're on the road. We're heading to Grand Prairie. This will be about a 3.5 hour drive, roughly. My parents met in Grand Prairie, and that's where we're heading. Kind of cool. And this highway did not exist when I was a kid. We had to take the other route, which is at least an hour longer, if not 2 hours longer than this route.
I'm glad you're coming with me instead of someone else who may have not told me that. I would have, because that's the only way I know.
I haven't gone that way since I was a kid, since before I lived in this area, but I did take my dad on a road trip, not last fall, the fall before, in his 67 Ford Galaxy. It's a great car. I could tell he was itching to get on a road trip, you know, COVID, we couldn't do much.
Right.
I said to him, let's just jump in your car and go one day. We'll take a whole day. So we went up to Swan Hills and then up to the Slave Lake area, and there's no mountains in Swan Hills, but the hills are very big, very scenic. And then a fog rolled in at Slave Lake, but it was still really cool because my dad talked about how when he was a kid, the highway was gravel.
Really?
Yeah. And dirt, and to get from Grand Prairie to Edmonton was a 2-day trip.
Really?
And they would usually stop in this little town called Smith, which is no longer on the current highway, but that's where the old highway went. It's now just a regular 2-way paved highway going through Smith, and it's off the beaten path now. So they've really shortened the highway, and this is a new route that cuts more direct through very remote, coniferous, swampy areas that my grandmother, my dad's mom, went through as a little girl in like 1910 or something like this, up what was called the Edson Trail. And if you look on a map where Edson is, the trail roughly went from Edson up to Valleyview and then to Grand Prairie. And it took them like 8 months to do it.
Oh.
And when they got to the Athabasca River, they waited until it froze in winter to cross. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Now we just drive there in a few hours. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But anyways, we're heading to Grand Prairie. And ironically, a Range Rover 15. My sister lived in that house. They rented it years ago. Valleyview.
So just taking a quick pit stop, get some munchies, maybe get some gas. I'm down to half a tank in this one tank, and the other tank's almost empty. And we're stopping into this Shell station here because Ryan told me that this
has, it was rated like, I don't know if it was in the province or in the country, the nicest bathroom. It won a contest. I don't know how many years ago.
So we will see what it looks like.
I already got my grub. Just some chips. Josh is just paying for his gas and getting something to eat. So yeah, we're in Valleyview so far. Absolutely uneventful trip, nothing crazy. Weather's good. Sun's gonna go down probably in about maybe an hour, and we'll be in Grand Prairie probably about that time. So that's all that's going on.
Well, I mean, when you picture gas station bathroom, this is definitely nicer than that, but
You didn't film in the bathroom, did you?
of course I did. They had to know if it was award-winning.
I filmed just a bit.
No one was in there.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It was dirty.
It was dirty.
gross.
And there was a Sharps container. So clearly they got problems with needle users.
When I was in there, I was in there for going north. That's the last time I was in here.
Was it nicer then?
Oh, it was spick and span, super clean. But it's not so good anymore.
Yeah.
People have graffitied and
It's
gross.
okay. I mean, it's nicer than a standard gas station bathroom.
just don't touch anything.
Speaking of going north, if you don't know who Ryan is, I'm going to have a link in the description to all of his stuff. I highly recommend the Going North series as a starting point so you can kind of see what he's all about.
That Esso over there, I remember going there as a kid to eat on the way home.
It's literally
Like-
called Esso Restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, I've never been to a gas station restaurant. Oh, that's a lie. During the Potter's House series, Alex drove me and his father-in-law to the Potter's House in his ambulance, and was it ever laborious? I was so cold. It took so much effort to stay warm because I was in the back, and I poked myself through
You
the...
didn't crank the heat up?
There was no heater back there.
I know, but it works its way back there.
Yeah, not well, because there was only a little
Oh,
window, and
yeah.
I stuck my
like-
upper body
it's-
through it.
It's like being in the back of a cop car. You're either freezing or boiling back there. Don't ask how I know. So, I've been in a police car twice in my life. And, well, maybe more than that, but anyways. When I was a little kid, we saw, my cousin and I, out of my grandparents' farm, which sadly was bulldozed a few years back. We saw these two guys walking through the wheat field. Whatever, there's two guys walking through the wheat field. We were like 7 years old, and we just thought, there's two guys walking in the field. And a while later, my grandma was looking for us, and she said, a truck came in the yard, and they said they were looking for two escaped, like, not convicts, it wasn't a jail, but it was from a juvenile detention facility is what it was.
Okay.
And we're like,
delinquents.
yeah. And she said that one of the guys in the truck, his eye was all bloody. He got punched in the eye by one of those guys that had escaped. And we saw them, and we knew, well, we go, oh, we saw two guys walking through the field. So next thing you know, the RCMP came out. So here's me and my cousin. We got to sit in the back of the police car, and they drove us out. And they're like, okay, show us exactly in the field where you saw them walking. So he's driving along slowly. We're like, no, a little farther. And then we're both, okay, it's right here somewhere. And so then he radioed, and all these police cars came out, and they went through the field looking for tracks. Long story short, they were found something like 3 miles north on the highway. They caught them.
Oh, okay.
So that's that time I was in the cop car. Another time was I made a movie, or not a movie. I worked on a music video called Dead End Drive.
Also on his channel.
No, it's not on my channel, but
Oh, you have a.
it's on its own. We never touched it since. Just look up Dead End Drive, Victoria School, and watch that music video. This summer I should talk about that film because that got me into film. Anyways, we used a police car on set, and my friend was the policeman in the film, and you'll see I do a cameo in that film. Anyways, I had to sit in the back of that police car to go from one shooting location to another, and it was a hot summer day, and I have never been so hot in a car in my life as opposed to that car, because he cranked the AC in the front of the police car, but it does not get to the back.
Right, because the plexi is in the way.
Well, there was a bit of a hole that you could talk through and all that, and I'd stick my face there and it didn't matter. It was sweltering back there, and my mom thought I was gonna have a heart attack because when I got out, my face was just red and just sweating like crazy. It was horrible. So don't be dumb and end up in the back of a cop car. It's not fun.
And not to mention, there's no foot room.
I don't remember that really. It was so bloody hot. I couldn't take it. It was horrible. But anyways, that's my cop car story.
1 more hour of driving.
Yep.
That's the Juvie Center. This is where.
That's where it was. It's a different building now. But...
Okay. That's where Ryan narked on those people.
Yeah.
Going across the
Across
field
the
there.
field. Yeah.
Where was the field?
Way past.
Oh, not here.
Not here.
Okay. Well,
Like
that's
about 2 miles that way.
that's where they escaped from.
Yeah.
We are about 10 minutes away from this place, just down the road here. Fingers crossed this wasn't a waste of time.
If you watched Going North, you would see this sign in episode 2.
Oh,
Right there?
this building.
Okay.
This building right here.
Okay. He said he's by the big bay door, but it looks like there might be a couple big bay doors.
Yep.
Okay. And I just want to see if this one's good.
Well, she runs good.
Okay.
That's a nice thing. You said you can fire it up if you want. Yeah, plug in.
Yeah, okay, let's plug it in. Oh, it's nice and quiet too. I like that. She's tippy. Oh no, she's good. Go. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. I'm so stoked. Yeah, they should be in the pocket of the seat.
Maybe the other side.
Oh, maybe the other side, yeah.
Let me double check this. Good guys?
Good.
Good? Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for waiting. Sorry that took so long. Okay, go ahead.
Pull that. Tell me when to stop. I don't know what this is pulling on.
Yeah, maybe it's there is good, and then we'll go the other way as well.
It is now twilight. We are in the industrial area of Grand Prairie, Alberta. In fact, my uncle's business is just down the road. We passed right by it.
Yeah, and these people knew him.
And they know him,
They
yeah.
deal with him. What do you think?
I think that's pretty good. It's not going to go anywhere.
We don't even need to buy any new ones.
The blankets are a good idea.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right on.
Let's roll. Okay, what do you figure? A and Dub?
Sure.
Albert and Walters?
So we loaded up the saw. Beautiful saw. It's 220 volt. It's super quiet. I'm really impressed with it. We're actually driving by my uncle's business that he opened in the 70s and very successful. And he builds and sells hydraulic hoses and cylinders and stuff. Right there, Layman Distributors.
Your hose warehouse.
Yeah.
This is a good place for it because there's lots of like farming.
Oh, farming.
There's a mill.
Oil field. Yeah, there's like a big plant here. There's a pulp mill out of town. Yeah, he was very successful with that business. I don't know, it's not the best view of this building, but that's it there. This is where we're eating. We can have breakfast. Look, it's all day.
Breakfast. Something like the phone over there. He just said, you did not seriously just film that. I did film it. It's good storytelling. And now I'm ruining it by adding in this clip. We're on our way home now. I don't know why my voice is cracked right there.
Here, let's do this.
Oh yeah, Canadian.
This is how you wash your headlights in Canada. See that? Look how that worked.
Yeah.
This. I need more snow. Not yellow snow.
No lemon snow.
Signal lights, we don't really care. We just want to see.
We just want to see. Because these roads be dark. So the moon is out tonight, so it's helping with visibility, but it is still very dark. And also that car up ahead is helping as well. But this is why you snow off your lights. So you can kind of see. And actually I can see better through the camera than I can.
That's right. That's bizarre.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's your night vision.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because this phone has the moon vision in it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what's doing it. That's crazy. There he goes, 1 hour later. Good to go?
Yeah.
Good. 2.5 hours? All right. We got about 2 hours or so of driving left. Load is holding secure, so no complaints so far.
And I used the bathroom. And I didn't touch anything.
Did it seem
It was disgusting. It was worse than we were there 2 hours ago.
Was it?
Oh yeah, it was disgusting.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it is not what it was when it was an award-winning bathroom, that's for sure.
It only needs to be award-winning once.
Yeah, apparently that's what the owner figures. It's too bad. I mean, the amount of, like, you saw the work they put into that bathroom, right? All that tile and everything.
Oh yeah,
It's high-end.
It is a nice.
It's a nice bathroom. It's just disgusting now. Anyways, we're back on the road, heading south. We're done with Valleyview, and the saw has not fallen out.
Nope, still secure, holding strong.
Because you had it second.
Yeah. I was like, wait, that's revving.
Well,
this trip has been pretty uneventful, which is okay.
Almost ran out of gas, kind of, but
Well, that front tank, there's only about 5 liters left in it.
yeah.
But the saw tipped, not right over, but it tilted a bit. So that's fixed now.
It wasn't even worth filming. That's how uneventful even
that's
that
right.
was.
Yeah, we're having 0 issues. Truck's running fine. We have working heat. And traffic's pretty light, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is a good
Easy
drive.
driving.
Yeah. Just that one weirdo when we left Grand Prairie, there was nobody around, and this truck
Oh, yeah.
pulls in front, and he cut like a car length and a half in front of you,
Yeah.
and then gradually slowed down a bit. It's like, oh, okay, pretty weird, whatever.
Yeah, because we were going like 110.
You're going 110, which is the speed limit, and
And then he was just like, let's go 100, even though I just
Yeah.
passed you.
yeah, weird. But anyways, we're, I don't know, what's 45 minutes from home, probably?
Yeah, maybe.
White Court?
Maybe an hour or something like that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad.
Oh, I can't see. Oh, it shattered the middle window.
Oh, okay, well, that's not.
We just lost that window.
Big ol' hole in the road. Alberta roads.
Yes.
Don't even see it, hit it, jostle. Sounded like a gunshot almost.
It did. It wasn't super loud, but it was
What a
it was
bummer.
shocking.
What a bummer. Oh, it only broke one side.
Yeah.
Lucky. I feel like, yeah, see, like I put the blanket there and everything, and it's just like, nah.
Well, what's sticking out there? What hit?
I don't know. I'm gonna tighten her up though.
You know what it is? There's a piece of the saw that sticks out. I think it's on that fence. It hit your frame too.
Oh, yes.
See that?
Oh, no. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, well, that makes sense why I hit it.
Yeah.
Or why I broke it.
Wow.
Well, so much for this being uneventful. Well,
That sucks.
I will join the tradition of taping up a window. I've never had to do that. I've owned about 25-ish cars. I've never had to do that.
Neither have I. I've never run into this. Well, do you want to tape it up, or do we just keep going?
I think we just keep going.
It's not that cold out.
No.
The heater works. That's too bad. Shoot. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's already done the damage, so.
Yeah, so yeah, you can't break the other one.
I'm amazed it wasn't louder, right? Like, it was a bang, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I mean, I knew right away what it was.
Yeah.
That sound was like,
Yeah,
oh.
that was broken window sound.
Yeah.
Dang, what a bummer. You know, it'd be hilarious, but not hilarious at all. If, oh, that semi-truck's catching back up. If, there was more of those pokies, it just shattered all of them. Luckily, that piece I could probably just get from a glass shop and get them to slide it in, because it's just the slider.
You know, I've replaced a whole back window, but not one piece. I'm not
No?
sure how you do it, but
Did you know the Bigfoot version of this truck,
yeah.
it had the whole back window could roll down?
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe I'll get one of those.
I do know that the back window on my truck, my 2014, they're
Yeah.
like crazy expensive.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
over $1,000.
Oh, that's like electric and
Yeah, it's
heated and
stupid.
stuff.
But it doesn't work. It worked, like the rear window defogger in my truck, it worked once or twice when I first got it, and then it quit working. So I Googled it. It turns out they all fail,
Okay.
and you can only fix it by replacing the whole window because it's something inside the glass that doesn't make a connection anymore. And the rear window defogger doesn't work. The electric slider works,
Okay.
but I can't defog it.
All right.
So I'm waiting for an incident like this to change my window.
Right, because it's.
Because I'm not going to spend that much money on it.
We should have brought your truck.
Well, now I'm glad we didn't bring my truck. Oh, wow.
All right. Well,
There we go. We got our action for the day.
man, too bad it wasn't on camera.
My face is too blacked out. You can't even see me. Well, who cares? Yeah, I know. But whatever. We got the after effects. Look, it's not that bad. I don't even feel cold air. Just barely. So we're fine. We made it. And the dogs are excited.
We made it, and we only broke one window.
Well, that was a good trip. I really appreciate Josh asking me to go along with him, and because I really needed to get away, you know. But don't you folks worry about me. I'm actually doing very well. Your prayers are super appreciated. And yeah, what else can I say? Too bad about the window on Josh's truck. And the saw was too heavy for just us two to lift out of his truck, so I'll probably have to go tomorrow and give him a hand if he can get another body there. I think we need like 4 people. So anyways, that's it. I'm signing off. It was a great, fun, short little trip. And please don't worry about me. I'm doing really well, all things considered. And, you know, I'll get around to editing that footage of fixing up the Monarch for my dad and when we presented the car to my dad. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. So take care, everyone. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.